All right, everyone, let's have a proper chat. Before I was the body coach, I was just Joe, a fella who felt a bit rubbish, to be honest. I remember looking in the mirror one morning and just feeling so tired and sluggish. It wasn't just about the number on the scales, which was higher than I wanted. It was about how I felt on the inside. My energy was at an all-time low. My clothes felt tight and uncomfortable, especially around my waist. That stubborn bit of belly fat just wouldn't budge. I felt proper frustrated, you know? I was working out, or so I thought, but nothing was changing. It was like I was stuck in a rut and my confidence was taking a massive hit. My goal wasn't to get a six-pack overnight. My goal wasn't to look like a magazine model. My goal was simple. I just wanted to feel better. I wanted to wake up with energy. I wanted to feel comfortable in my own skin. I wanted to be able to button up my jeans without having to breathe in. That bloated, heavy feeling was really getting me down. I knew something had to change, but I wasn't sure what. I was trying all sorts of things, but it felt like I was just guessing. The frustration was real, and it finally gave me the kick to look at my daily habits. The turning point for me was realizing that my approach was all wrong. I was focusing on quick fixes. I was punishing myself with crazy diets and workouts. I decided to stop looking for a magic solution and instead focus on the small, everyday things I was doing. It was about being honest with myself. The first thing I kicked to the curb was sugary drinks, and I mean all of them. Fizzy pop, fancy coffees loaded with syrup and cream, fruit juices packed with sugar. I used to think a can of cola was a harmless little treat to get me through an afternoon slump, or that a big glass of orange juice with my breakfast was a good thing. But the truth is, these drinks are full of empty calories and sugar your body doesn't need. When you drink them, your blood sugar spikes like mad. Your body releases a load of insulin to deal with it. Insulin is a key hormone for storing fat, especially around your belly. Once I stopped, the change was almost immediate. In the first week, I felt less bloated. That puffy feeling around my middle started to go down. A massive win. I replaced all those sugary drinks with water. So much water. I carried a big bottle everywhere. If I wanted flavor, I'd add fresh mint or a slice of lemon. It sounds simple, and it is, but the impact was huge. My energy became more stable because I wasn't on a sugar roller coaster. No more 3 p.m. crash where I felt like napping under my desk. It wasn't easy at first. I had cravings for the first few days. I pushed through, and after about a week, I didn't even miss them. My taste buds changed. Months later, a fizzy drink tasted sickly sweet. Quitting made me spot hidden sugars everywhere. I was cutting out hundreds of unnecessary calories each day, giving my body a chance to burn stored fat. My next big change was to stop the late-night snacking. This was a tough one for me. My routine used to be finish work, have dinner, and then settle onto the sofa to watch a bit of telly. And what goes with telly? Snacks, of course. A bag of crisps, a few biscuits, a bowl of ice cream and dud. It was almost an automatic habit. I wasn't even hungry most of the time. It was just something I did out of boredom or routine. I was mindlessly eating hundreds of extra calories right before going to bed when my body had no chance to burn them off. So, where did all that energy go? You guessed it, straight to my belly. When I decided to stop this, the evenings felt a bit strange at first. My hands felt empty. To combat the habit, I had to create a new routine. After dinner, I would make sure the kitchen was clean and tidy, which sort of signaled that eating time is over. Then, instead of reaching for the snack cupboard, I'd make myself a nice cup of herbal tea, like peppermint or chamomile. Right, this one might surprise you. I stopped doing endless crunches and sit-ups to try and get a flat belly. I used to think that to lose fat from my stomach, I had to work that specific area over and over again. I'd spend ages on the floor doing hundreds of crunches, feeling the burn and thinking I was melting the fat away, but it just doesn't work like that. You can't spot reduce fat from one part of your body. Doing all those crunches was strengthening the ab muscles underneath the fat, which is great, but it was doing absolutely nothing to burn off the layer of fat on top. It was a classic case of working hard, but not smart. So, what did I do instead? I swapped the isolated ab exercises for big compound movements and high-intensity interval training, or HIIT. Think exercises that use your whole body, like squats, lunges, burpees, mountain climbers. These types of exercises get your heart rate right up and burn way more calories than a simple crunch ever could. This is a big one, team. I used to think that skipping meals was a clever shortcut to losing weight. If I was busy in the morning, I'd just skip breakfast and have a coffee. The final habit I had to quit, and maybe the most important one for my happiness, was comparing myself to other people. It's so easy to scroll through your phone and see all these people with seemingly perfect bodies and perfect lives. I used to look at others who seemed to be losing weight faster than me or looked leaner than me, and I'd feel so deflated. I had to realize that everyone's body is different. The only person I should be competing with is the person I was yesterday. As soon as I shifted my mindset to focus on my own progress, no matter how small, everything changed. Celebrate every single small victory along the way because they all add up to big changes.